If nothing else, this red velvet sponge cake with a cream cheese buttercream has reminded me how much work it is to prepare, plan, scale, bake, fill, torte, and decorate any cake. It isn't hard, but it takes a long time. It is a series of events, and each single step has to be executed perfectly or the end product won't be beautiful. After my buttercream sat in a Cambro container overnight, it firmed up from the temperature and needed to be aerated just a little bit before use. Emulsions work better when ingredients are warm, and you can see that the buttercream is broken. I used time and temperature to bring this buttercream back to a smooth, cohesive state. The last stage of baking is a proper cooling stage. If you do not allow all of the moisture to evaporate, you will not develop a lovely crumb that is stable and firm. I wrapped the cakes after they were 100% cool and they have sat overnight. While I am working on cutting off the top of the cake and leveling and torting each layer, I am thinking about the finished piece of cake on the plate. Visually, the thickness of each cake layer and the thickness of the filling should all be even and appealing and attractive. When you plate and place a piece of cake in front of a guest, it's a complete sentence and should need no explanation for what went wrong or what you meant to do. The way that it looks and tastes will say everything about how you work. When I build a cake and torte it, I look at it while completely unfilled and get it as straight as I can. I then take those pieces and rebuild them inversely on the tray, ready to be placed and filled for the final decoration. I love the flavor of this cake. I've never tried it before. It was very soft and it had a mild flavor. It is not chocolate. It is more like a delicious, sweet, lovely sponge. For the syrup, I hydrated the gelatin at 5 times its weight. As the gelatin hydrated, I dissolved the sucrose in the water, verified that there were no residual sugar crystals, pulled it from the heat onto a trivet, added the lemon juice, and then the gelatin to be melted gently. You never want to boil gelatin. It kills its gelling properties. Unfortunately, I did not press record on my phone. I used a silicone pastry brush to evenly and lightly drizzle the interior of the cake with the prepared and cooled syrup, built it straight up and down using the edges as my guide, filled the cake with just a thin layer of the cream cheese icing, crumb coated the cake, chilled it until it was firm, and gave it a final finish coat. One of my favorite tools is a sanitary, hot, very well wrung out towel. I use it to keep the 4-inch offset spatula clean, which gives me a nice finish. And I use it to safely clean up my cake stand as I work, finishing with a dry paper towel to remove any smudges. I used a disposable pastry bag with no tip to show how elegant and easy it can be, even if you have no fancy cake decorating tools. The sugar petals prep and application took another 45 minutes, so that will be a video for tomorrow. But the cake ended up beautiful, and I can't wait to see it sliced and to taste it all together with some chocolate ice cream that I bought to pair.